XRP and Ripple going to change money as we know it. February 13th, we're going to talk about that date today. And I'm also going to go over a tweet that I did this morning around the emotion in these markets. Now, one of the biggest things that I've seen people get wrecked, helping over 10,000 people worldwide, is emotions. If you cannot control your emotions, and if you cannot take the middle ground and understand that everything is just a wave of energy, this is going to be a very rough ride. So I want to break down a tweet I did for you. We're going to break down February 13th in regards to XRP and Ripple. And then we're also going to look at Jerome Powell saying, hey, it's time for crypto to go into the banks. So there's a lot of great things happening, but I want to go over a tweet that I did this morning because we're hearing so much bullshit out there. I'm just going to be fully transparent with you guys. Let me bring you bigger on my screen here. I want to see you guys here or speak directly to you. There's so much bullshit of people saying it's over. There's no bull run. The crypto is over. Please stop listening to that nonsense. So I'm going to break this down for you guys. So people are spreading fear saying it's over. We've hit the top. That's complete and utter nonsense. We're not even close in the short term or the long term. Markets don't die, guys. They cycle. The only ones who lose are those who let their emotions control them. Those are the only ones that lose. The whole market is based on emotion. There's someone selling and there's someone buying. And the person selling is either profiting or they're panicking. And the person buying is either buying the dip or they're selling to make profit, right? If you can't remain patient and unemotional, you will lose 100% of the time. The markets are a psychological battlefield, and only ones who win are those who master their mindset. That's how we've won in these markets. That's how we built financial freedom, and that's how we're now going to build wealth for generations to come. We are not attached. We are not tribal to these. Okay. If XRP collapses, Bitcoin collapses, crypto collapses, we're still the richest men in the world because we won the mindset. But they're not going to. Now, here's the real strategy. Okay. Number one, build a long term plan and stick to it. Build it, stick to it. Okay. Put your blinders on once you build it. Be careful who you listen to as wise counsel. If you see someone in the influencer space constantly hypey, constantly, just be careful, breathe, watch their actions, watch their voice inflection, watch their channel, see how their narrative changes. If they're constantly coming up with something new and there's constantly something new coming out, there's probably not a lot of balance within their portfolio. Okay, so when you create a plan, stick to it. Number two, ignore hype. I know this is going to upset a lot of people. Meme coins, trends, and get rich quick are plays. They're all traps. They're all traps. And I'm saying this from data. Okay. Now, maybe if that's what you do for a living and you can spend all day at your computer and you can catch the beginning, because remember, who's making money in these? The person who created the coin and the people who have insight to who created the coin. And those are people who have a lot of money because they get influencers in and big people in because they know they're going to profit. They're going to pump the price and they're going to dump on you. Trump coin, for example. Right? I'm sure it'll go back up, but think about it. The people who knew early made millions overnight and everybody came rushing in on Monday and now it's collapsed, right? It's just not an investment strategy. Warren Buffett, that's probably not a good example. He's not in crypto, but he is in New Bank, right? Robert Kiyosaki, he's not chasing meme coins. You don't have, trying to think of example, Kathy Woods, Ray Dalio, who's in gold and Bitcoin. They're not chasing meme coins. It's just not a strategy. It's not healthy and it creates addictive behaviors. Okay. Pick your top 10 assets and study them like your life depends on it. Okay, my top 10, I study them like my life depends on it. And my top two, which is XRP and Bitcoin, which my portfolio will end up maturing probably to a top 5 because I'm diversified outside and I'm going to stick to it. Nobody's going to FUD me out of that. No comment, no bit of information. It doesn't matter. Information could make me change my strategy, but I don't do it based on people's opinion on Twitter. I do it based on logic and I stick to my plan. My point behind the first part of this is create a plan and stick to it. You're going to do way better than someone who doesn't have a plan. Okay. Have discipline and exit when the price pumps. Just be disciplined. Don't try to catch the top. Okay. Next, have calm, strategic entry plan when the price dips. When the price dips, you should be celebrating if and only if you understand what you're invested in. Never say, hey, bro, invest in XRP unless you can say what XRP does. Never say, hey, check out Bitcoin unless you understand the mechanisms of Bitcoin. You should always know what you're invested in or why you're invested in something, not what to invest in. Okay. So as you gain wealth, mature your portfolio, diversify intelligently inside and outside the asset class. Play the long game. Play the long game. And most of all, observe nature. Seasons change, trees don't rush to grow. The strongest foundations take time. Wealth is built the same way. Okay. Wealth is built the same way. I'll say it one more time. Wealth is built the same way. So please stop listening to the bullshit nonsense. Okay. Of that, oh, it's over. Over. We're the crypto capital of the world. It's a $3.3 trillion market. Now, is it over for hype trends? Of course. And some coins aren't going to make it. A lot of coins aren't going to make it. But if you stick with the fundamental top cryptos, you are so unbelievably early. Now, if you're trying to get rich quick in the next, 2 months, then maybe you might be frustrated. But if you had a long-term horizon and you understand that it's just going to go up, it's just going to go down. They're just cycles. That's all it is. And if you're invested in something that you believe in that's going to be here for the long term, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. When it goes down, buy more. Okay. I just wanted to bring that up to you guys. There's a lot of people freaking out right now, and there's nothing to freak out about. You should be celebrating the dips and you should be calmly exiting when it goes up. Okay, so tons of great news out there. It's my great honor to be nominated by President Donald Trump as the next chairman for the Communities Commodities Future Trading Commission, where I had served as a commissioner in the last administration. The CFTC plays a critical role in maintaining robust hedge price discovery markets and the envy of the globe. I totally messed that up. The agency is also well poised to ensure the US leads the world in blockchain technology and innovation. Relax, guys. Relax. We have a lot of runway ahead of us. This is by CoinDesk. A total of $160 million loan from Galaxy HQ and Ripple played a key role in helping MoonPay handle demand from the launch of the real Donald Trump's official meme coin. Interesting, right? So this is where we get into the February 13th. I'm not sure what's going on. Major announcement. So we'll keep an eye on MoonPay. They have a major announcement on February 13th. Interesting. Then we saw this just in: the SEC may acknowledge Grayscale's XRP ETF filing by February 13th. They're going to acknowledge it. Okay. But that's a huge, huge step forward in innovation, in the normalization of the markets. So, what I'm looking for is the XRP ETF to come through, the case to get settled, regulation to come in. When and only when regulation is solidified, banks are going to start to come in. And I know people don't want to hear this, but I'm not in it for the short term. I hope it takes longer because I want to buy cheaper. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you want to get rich right now within the next, but 6 months. And I still think we're going to have a huge parabolic move. That's what I believe in my paradigm. But I hope I can get better buy-in prices. That's what I hope. And I do hope we have a normal bear market. I really do. People say there's going to be a super cycle, which is a super cycle is when it does something, I guess, unnatural or outside of the cycle and it booms, right? I hope it dips hard in 2026, 2027, 2028. And then, man, it's game over in 2029. This is from ABS, so this is a continuation of this. It says, breaking: the SEC may acknowledge Grayscale XRP ETF filing on February 13th. So here's some comments below. Eleanor Tourette is crushing it, man. She's doing a great job. So big shout out to her, man. She's been a real juggernaut in the XRP ecosystem. I wanted to show you guys this right here. This came off of Ripple's website, Real World Assets. So that's what RWA stands for, Tokenization Explained. I highly recommend, my recommendation is you go to the website and read this. But look at this, guys. This is what I want to calm you with, okay? Representing real world assets like mutual funds and real estate and digital tokens and blockchain helps bridge the gap between the physical and digital worlds, unlocking unrealized value for these assets. But what's involved in real world asset tokenization and why it's considered such a transformational opportunity with market potential of trillions of Okay. And they break it down. This is the type of stuff you should be looking at. It'll keep your head focused on the long term. Liquidity, transparency, security, faster settlement, low cost. It's just beautiful. We got DeFi, roll of blockchain. I highly recommend you dive through this. But guys, we have trillions of dollars coming into these markets. Tokenization, real world assets could grow to a 10 trillion market cap by 2030 as crypto converges to TradeFi. Digital dollars, also known as stablecoin pegged the US dollar, represent the first successful tokenization implementation. This is what's coming, guys. This is what's coming. Look at this, the maturity. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. This is what it's all about. We're still in speculation phase. Okay. All right. So let's go a little bit further here. Now we got Jerome Powell flipping the script, talking about banks are serving crypto customers, and we don't want to get in the way of banks doing that.
Yes. So first, I would say there are really two things that are happening. One is banks are serving crypto customers, and we don't want to get in the way of banks serving perfectly legal customers as long as they understand the risks and that sort of thing. We don't want to single out any particular.
Are you speaking to custody?
Yeah.
Yes. And then one of my favorite investors, I think she won the touted as one of the greatest female investors. I think she's one of the greatest investors out there as well. My favorite investors to follow is Ray Dalio, Kathy Woods. Those are my top two. I really enjoy her. Very logical, very stoic, very calm breakdowns.
We'll jog over to another part of the big ideas that I know many people enjoy, and that is about crypto assets or digital assets. And you'll see how we get to our base case for the Bitcoin price and our bull case. Many people know us for our bull case, $1.5 million. And we actually think the odds have gone up that our bull case will be the right number because of what is becoming the institutionalization of this new asset class.
Yep.
So many institutional investors are now looking at Bitcoin and thinking that they need to add it to their asset allocation because its return profile looks so much different and its risk profile looks so much different from all of the other assets in their portfolios. And then in another section of
super important. So this is why I have XRP and Bitcoin as my number one and number two. I'm using Bitcoin as my store of value. I'm working to accumulate as much as I can. I'm accumulating XRP and Bitcoin every single day. I've met all my other altcoins as well. But I'm staying super fundamental. I'm not jumping in and out of cryptos. I'm not chasing meme coins. I'm not chasing pump and dumps. I have my fundamental cryptos. I will, by the time I pass and move on, my soul moves out of this experience, I will own a lot of XRP and a lot of Bitcoin. And I feel that that will go from generation to generation. And so I'm not just allocated in cryptocurrency. I use cryptocurrency as something that I see as the future monetary switch. And I also have an exit plan so I can diversify in things that have been here forever. Right. So again, I hold Bitcoin forever. I'm not touching it. Now, it doesn't mean I won't use it and I won't leverage it, because the beauty of Bitcoin, if it goes up 50% every single year, we created, I have that for my family. And then for our company, we're allocating a portion of our profits we created our own Bitcoin treasury. So through our company, so we have Bitcoin and we have a dividend ETF strategy. So we're profiting from the ETF. We're putting it de-risking back into Bitcoin. We have XRP for our company. Okay. And so I have that from a personal level as well. So Bitcoin, we're not touching it for our company or for personal. Okay, that'll be like a treasury for us, right? So if we need to, we can leverage that asset tax-free to buy more assets. But we'll only leverage it if it's going to increase cash flow or be put into something that's going to continue to grow. Richest man in Babylon. Alternative coins, all other coins to include XRP. So I'm holding 50% long-term, just like Bitcoin. I'm not touching them. Okay. Some of them I'll allocate out of as I mature my portfolio going into 2030. And I'm probably going to get down to like 10, maybe, who knows, probably 10 cryptos. I'm just going to stick to those, right? I'm going to really dial in through my research and find out what I believe is going to be the new infrastructure of the financial system. I'll dial into the things that I know and I'm going to stick with it. Okay, so there might be some that I completely exit 100%. And if you're in our academy, I talk about all that stuff. From there, I exit, I pull it down the risk pyramid, and I go down to things that have been here forever. I use insurance, cash value life insurance, very important part of my family's portfolio. Couple reasons. Number one is I like to protect my principal. Rule number one, don't lose money. Rule number two, follow rule number one, Warren Buffett. Number two is I like to get market-like returns. Your returns don't have to be sexy all the time. Everybody in crypto, we get so caught up in making these huge gains. That's not, it's not, we're lucky to be part of this. We're very lucky to have this portal open up for us. It's just not natural, the type of gains that you get. And the reason why is because it's volatile and the market is very thin right now, right? That volatility, I believe, will get sucked out as people come in and regulation comes in. So just be grateful that you get this opportunity to 2x, 10x, 5x, 100x your money. It's completely unnatural. So I pull some of that money down and I secure it in cash value life insurance. Protect, compound, and I can borrow against it, which is amazing. Again, richest man in Babylon. You see where I'm going with this? Bitcoin, I can borrow against to buy more assets to create cash flow. Cash value life insurance, if I choose to, I can borrow against it to buy things that create more cash flow. Richest man in Babylon. Okay. It's also attached to my Rockefeller Waterfall Trust. You have a revocable and irrevocable trust. One cannot be changed. It's going to pass down from generation to generation. 50% goes to my kids. 50% goes into the dynasty. Then from there, we're going to buy more real estate for tax liabilities. Like, I need to get more real estate. I'm more worried about looking for the depreciation. A little bit more silver. Bitcoin is my gold. Businesses. So I have businesses in information technology, attention, and education, multiple different businesses. We scaled those businesses. We have cash flow coming in. I diversify the cash flow. I save first and then I spend second. So I take as much of my income and I put it right back into the capital markets. For me, it's Bitcoin and XRP. And then from there, I have a dividend ETF strategy with the profits from the dividend ETF strategy, super high risk, right? It's based on the volatility of cryptocurrency mostly. And so when I get my dividends from there, I'm de-risking back into Bitcoin and XRP. And then when I profit, I pull it down the risk pyramid and repeat the process. So that's by understanding like richest man in Babylon, cash flow quadrant, things like that. I activated on it. I studied these books. I learned that knowledge without wisdom is dangerous. And so I applied it to my life. And that's all I share with you guys, is exactly what I'm doing. And so now every Wednesday and Friday, I'm taking money and I'm multiplying it. I'm taking money and I'm multiplying it. And it happens at a very small level. Then it starts to compound. And then we have this beautiful asset class that we can get into and 2x, 5x, 10x. And it's interesting too, the psychology, because someone will 2x their money in crypto. Like, that's it. I'm like, 2x your money? It takes 7 years at 10% to compound money. Every 7 years at 10%, money will double. It takes 7 years just to double your money in the traditional markets. Sometimes it takes 3. Since Trump became president, XRP went up 500% when he became president. And people are like, man, they turned a couple thousand into, 10, whatever it is. And it's like, man, this is the issue with crypto. This is the issue with meme coins. This is the issue with the hype, is that we get into these behaviors that create really unnatural. It's not even with the flow of nature, that get you wrecked 100% of the time. Just remember, there is no get rich quick. So go back to the beginning of this video and watch, or go to my Twitter and read that. Build a plan, stick to it, get discipline, create a budget, look at debts and non-negotiables, right? Create some cash flow. There's money everywhere, okay? I gave you that example, the guy that came and said, hey, your Christmas lights are still up, man. Can I take them down for you for $75? Of course you can. Absolutely. He made $500 that morning. The guy was just cruising around looking for Christmas lights up, $75. Genius. So I love you guys a lot, and I hope this information reaches your heart well. And you guys know, for me, it's God, family, protect my ecosystem at all costs, stay out of other men's business because I'm too busy working on mine. So big warning, I will never proactively DM you. Those are all scammers. I'm going to say it on every single video, every single time I do it. I do not invest people's crypto. I do not have a trading platform. That is not me DMing you, not on WhatsApp, not on Telegram, not on Instagram, not on Twitter. I never proactively DM people. I will not have a conversation with you on Twitter, Instagram, or Telegram because of these scammers. We don't have a crypto platform. Don't send anybody money pretending to be me. Super simple. Okay. We're working on a solution for that. You can't beat these scams. I mean, there's just thousands of them. You get rid of them and they all pop up. It's like roaches. But we are coming up with a solution so you can verify that you're talking to me. That's awesome. I think that's the cool part about technology. So we're working on that solution right now, but I do have resources for you. Okay. Number one is what's called a needs assessment. You'll see it in my bio on my social media platform or in the description of this video. What is a needs assessment? We get hundreds of messages. We're staffing up. We're working to field all these calls around how I use cash value life insurance, bank on yourself, right? So instead of trying to answer, we try to answer as many messages as we can. I created a free needs assessment. You fill that out as detailed as possible. My team will text you, call you, email you. That's specifically around cash value life insurance, annuities, moving old 401ks, and all 50 states in Canada. They'll reach out to you. But what I do may not work for you. So they'll do a retirement strategy with you. They'll take a look at it. But remember, you'll never send my team member money directly. We get paid by the companies, not by the client. Okay, so very important. So that's on that side. Completely separate from that is my 3T Warrior Academy. We've helped 10,000 people worldwide with education, subconscious mind programming, goal setting, budgeting, financial literacy, understanding how money actually works, market calls, live calls, Q&A calls, live calls with me, so you can put your blinders on and get your shit together in the greatest time in human history. So I hope to see you on the inside. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. Let's go.